Hi, this is Issy for Kid2Kid tutorials. Today we're going to be doing representing data. This is for early elementary kids. So first we're going to be creating a picture graph. Here's an example. Issy's class will be getting a class pet. The teacher is giving them an option between a cat, dog, rabbit, or fish. Each student can vote for only one. The animal with the most votes will be the class pet. Here are the results of the vote. 5 kids voted for a cat, 10 kids voted for a dog, 7 kids voted for a rabbit, and 3 kids voted for a fish. So, since we know that 5 kids voted for a cat, we got 5 pictures of cats on the graph. And next, we have 10 dogs, since 10 kids voted for dogs. And then 7 rabbits, and finally 3 fish. So without counting, we can see that there are more dogs than any other animal voted. So we know that the dogs are going to be the class pet. Next, we're going to be reading a picture graph. Reading a picture graph is just counting the number of like items. Example, there are 4 items that have been sorted by type. Count each of the items and label. Which one do you have the most of? Which one do you have the least of? So, let's see how much scissors there are first. So, we can already see here that it goes up to the number 4. So, we could just draw a line right here to see which items go to 4. So, the scissors go to 4. But the bells don't. The bells have 1 more. So the bells go up to 5. And the paint palettes go to 6. And the beaker goes up to 1. Next, we're going to be reading a tally chart. A tally is keeping track of a score or amount. Example, Zach oversees keeping track of the score for his and the rival team's scores. The game is moving fast, and he must be quick and accurate. Below are the team's scores. So the home team has 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. To make it shorter, instead of just keep adding lines like that, for the 5th one, we draw a diagonal line through the 4. So we could just count 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this is 5, so 5 plus 5 is 10. And then this is 3, so 3 plus 13, and 3 plus 10 is 13. So we can write the total right here. The total is 13. Next, we have the visiting team. Again, there's 5 and 5, so that's 10, and 10 plus 1 is 11. So we can draw 11 for the total here. So next we're going to be creating a tally chart. The gym wants to create groups by age, but they want to make sure there is enough kids on each team. Tally all the ages and total the numbers. So here are the ages. So we could just count. So I see a 5 here. So we can see how much 5s there are in all these numbers. So there's 1 5 here, so you can put a tally mark right next to the 5. And there's another 5 right here, so you can put a tally mark right next to the 5 again. And then so on, until it looks, for all the other numbers, until it looks like this. So there are 9 5-year-olds on the team, 5 6-year-olds on the team, 5 7-year-olds on the team, and 7 8-year-olds on the team. Next, we're going to be reading a bar graph. A bar graph is like a picture graph. The difference is instead of a picture, it is a bar. Reading the graphs is the same. So, like we did before, we drew a line. So we know that the scissors last time went to 4. And the bar goes all the way out to 4. So we shaded it in all the way up to 4, since that's how much scissors there are. And for the bells, we shaded all the way up to 5 since that's how much bells there are. And same for the paint palettes and the beaker. Next, we're going to be creating a bar graph. Miss B wants to know how many of each products the students have in their supply bags. She writes down the following. Student 1 has 3 pencils, 1 ruler, 0 glue sticks, and 5 erasers. Student 2 has 5 pencils, 1 ruler, 3 glue sticks, and 2 erasers. Student 3 has 2 pencils, 0 rulers, 5 glue sticks, and 4 erasers. She wants to create a bar graph using the data above. To create the graph, she must find the total number for each item. Pencils. There are 10 pencils, 2 rulers, 8 glue sticks, and 11 erasers. She then shades in them out for each item in the table shown as below. So, as I said there are 10 pencils. So Miss B shaded in the pencils all the way to 10. And I shaded the rulers all the way to 2, and shaded the glue sticks all the way to 8, and shaded the erasers all the way to 2. Next, we're going to be reading a pie chart. A pie chart is shaped like a pie, and each slice represents data. The bigger the slice, the larger the number. The smaller the slice, the smaller the number. Miss B has decided that instead of a bar graph, she would like a pie chart. So she made the following chart. This chart shows 10 pencils, 2 rulers, 8 glue sticks, and 11 erasers. There are more erasers, so the pie slice for erasers is the largest. There are only 2 rulers, so the pie slice is the smallest. So as I said here, 11 would be biggest. And it is. It's bigger than the rest of the pie slices. And it also said that the rulers would be the smallest. And it is because it is smaller than all 4 pie slices. Now we're going to create a pie chart. Most pie charts require, division and percentages. However, you can still create a simple pie chart. Let's create on using the data below. Example, you may remember this from the picture graph section. Issy's class will be getting a class pet. The teacher is giving them an option between cat, rabbit, or fish. Each student can vote for only one pet. The animal with the most votes will be a class pet. Here are the results of the vote. 4 kids voted for a cat, 1 kid voted for a rabbit, 3 kids voted for a fish. Now let's make a pie chart with this data. The pie chart below shows 8 sections. Each section will represent a vote. We also need to assign a color to each animal so we can shade each animal vote correctly. So, first we're going to shade the cats. So the cats are orange, as you can see here. And there are 4. So, next we're going to be creating a pie chart. Most pie charts require, division and percentages. However, you can still create a simple pie chart. Let's create 1. It's supposed to be 1, not on. We made a mistake there, so I don't want you to get confused. Let's create 1 using the data below. Example, you may remember this from the picture graph section. Issy's class will be getting a class pet. The teacher is giving them an option between a cat, rabbit, or fish. Each student can vote for only one pet. The animal with the most votes will be the class pet. Here are the results of the vote. 4 kids voted for a cat, 1 kid voted for a rabbit, 3 kids voted for a fish. Now let's make a pie chart with this data. The pie chart below shows 8 sections. Each section will represent a vote. We also need to assign a color to each animal so we shade each animal vote correctly. So let's assign the colors. Let's do the first one in yellow. And then we could do the second one in, let's do green. And then we can do the third one in red. So we know that the cats are yellow, the rabbits are green, and the fish are red. So we knew that the cats were yellow, and there are 4 cats. So we shaded in 4 sections of the 8 sections yellow. And then we shaded in the rest. So since there are 3 fish and the color for the fish was red, we shaded in 3 sections for the fish in red. And then finally we shaded for the rabbit green. Thank you for watching Kid2Kid tutorials. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.